Okay, so hey Dave and Phil, I'm gonna use video to go ahead and update you guys on where we're at with this. First of all, the Captain job file is called Space Invader, and it's been saved to the desktop in a folder called Space Invader Door. So there's the name of the job file. So the job file itself is complete and ready to go. It consists of an empty base object, and that empty base object has a panel, and we can rename that, but I'm not sure it's going to matter. The width of the panel is 47 and 3/4 by 90 and a half. Thickness is whatever the thickness of the 3/4 pro core. If we go to look at the 3D view, you can see all that stuff on there. It's kind of hard to see in this view. If we go to the face view, I've got a lot of CAD here. And I don't actually want to delete this just in case there's any reason why we might need it. And this is CAD also. This helped me to construct the door panel itself. And even this little gray rectangle, that's just simply CAD. That's not an actual operation or anything. But again, all that CAD just helped me to create the actual assembly. All right, so now let's double click on the door or the panel, and that brings us up here to what we call the part level. If we go to the CAM editor, it's hard to see because we have all these lines, which are these lines are 1 3/4 inches apart. So you can see that 1 3/4. They start at the top and go all the way down. So once we get to the bottom, it's not going to be exactly 1 3/4 for that very last one. Each of these lines is using the 3/16 inch down shear. They all have a depth of 1/16 of an inch. Uh, so those are the lines. Now we can kind of see here there is a small entity here, which is basically is a rectangle. It's 10 by 6.5. It goes through the full depth of the panel, and I didn't set it as a pocket. I'll talk about the pockets here in just a little bit, but this is not set up as a pocket, uh, and the path is set to the left, so it should cut cleanly all the way around on the inside of that space, and it should leave you a 10 by 6.5 cutout in there. So the next thing we're going to look at is kind of hard to see here. We've got a line, which is the door outline, and this one over here, which is also the door outline. And when we come into the center area of this door, we should find another one of those lines. That must be it right here. And I'm not going to be able to left click on it and select it because there's so many other entities in that particular space right there. But that's where that line is. Okay, and that's a line that goes all the way through, and it will separate the left door from the right door. Uh, so next, let's take a look at the Space Invader unit. I'm actually going to select in that space and move it over here. So I caught the whole thing, fortunately. And this is a pocket operation, which means that it's going to cut all the way around inside of that. And the depth of it is 1/16 of an inch. Okay, so that's one of those Space Invaders. So we've got the other one down here, and they're kind of hard to see. And I can't really, change that because that's just the nature of the beast. That you got so many operations. Some of them overlap each other, so it's not going to be real easy to see in these parts. Uh, The good news is when we go to the S2M Center and we optimize this, and again, we can't really see much of the detail that we need to see here. The cool thing is that you have the machining simulation, which is going to open up AlphaCam, and it's going to show the router bit that's used for each operation of that panel. So for example, it's going to start with that one right there. And now we're not going to sit here and watch every single part of this. What we are going to do, we're going to speed it up. And even when I speed it up, it's still going to take a significant amount of time for it to complete the entire thing. So I'm going to pause the video while this continues, and then when we pick it up, we'll finish the video. Okay, so the panel is now complete, and this gives us the best representation of what the panel is actually going to look like. So we've got our 3/16 of an inch bit creating the grid effect. We've got each one of these Space Invaders positioned on the panel. We've got the 6-inch by 10-inch notch here. So basically, when this comes off of your CNC machine, you're going to have this one panel, which is based on the 47 3/4 by 90 1/2, with two panels on the inside. They're all going to have this pattern for the grid, and the Space Invaders are all going to line up. So I think this is going to be the end of the video. I'm going to send you an email and simply let you know the name of the job file. If you have any questions or you need any kind of modifications, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know. Have a good day.